بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is Miss Layla Al-Jihani. Inshallah, today we will continue our unit. We finished 10 lessons. Inshallah, today we will do lesson 11, writing, okay? If we want to remember what we covered in the previous lesson. The previous lesson we did the project. Your project was is to write about a meal with food from different countries. So you are supposed to work with your group, okay, and choose a meal from around the world, any meal. Do you remember the chicken kapsa I showed you last class? Yes, you have to do something similar. I'm sure you did, which was your homework. I'm sure you did it, okay? If you have done it already, share it with your class. Tell them what is your project about. Present it to your class, okay? Inshallah, today we will do another writing. It's not a project. In our writing today, by the end of this lesson, you will write about your favorite recipe. So you will have a recipe, your favorite recipe, and you will write it down. You will work individually, not like a project. Also, you will write a note, okay? Imagine that you are making a recipe, and there are some things missing, okay? You will write a note to one of your family members about the things missing, asking them to buy it from the supermarket for you, okay? This is what we are covering today, okay? Before we start, I gave you a homework. Before we start, open your books, page 46. We have a note in front of us, okay? A note. You're supposed to write something similar, okay? Let's read the note together. Before we read it, who wrote this note? Who wrote it? Excellent, Maha. We see the signature down. It's Maha. Maha wrote it. She wrote it to whom? She wanted to write the note to whom? Excellent. To her father. She wrote dad in the beginning. So she addressed the note to her father, asking him to buy things, and her signature, we know her name is Maha. Okay, let's hear the audio together. Please follow and see how did she write the note, okay?
Dad, I'm going to make turkey schnitzel for dinner. Can you please pick up the following things when you go to the supermarket? Some grated Parmesan cheese, a package of breadcrumbs, -4 slices of turkey meat for schnitzel. I think we have everything else. Wait. Buy a few eggs and potatoes since there aren't many left. Thanks a lot. See you tonight. Maha.
Okay, we saw the note, okay? We read the note together, okay? She asked for few things and she told him what is she making, okay? Turkey schnitzel. It's a type of food. To be honest, I don't know how does it look like. How does it look like? Anyway, I'm sure it's related to their culture, okay? So she needs some things to complete her recipe, okay? So now what are we gonna do? We have to write something similar to this note. Before we start, what is Maha going to make for dinner? From the note, she's making what? Excellent, she's making this dish, okay? Turkey schnitzel, okay, for dinner, okay? What ingredient does she need? She asked her father to buy ingredients, things, she listed things to buy. Can you tell me what are the things she wants her father to buy? Excellent, some grated Parmesan cheese, this is one. A package of breadcrumbs, this is the second one. Also 4 slices of turkey meat to make her dish. What else? She mentioned something. It doesn't have to be a list. She mentioned something here. Yes, few eggs and potatoes, okay? She asked for these things for her father to buy, okay? Now, what ingredients do you need to prepare your favorite dish? Imagine that you are making your favorite dish. Think about the things you need, the ingredients you need, okay? And write it down, okay? And then write a note to a family member, okay? Similar to this one. So you have to write something similar to this one. Address one of your family members, your brother, your sister, your father, your mother, anyone, okay? Who is going, so your family member is going to the supermarket, you will address them, you will write either dad, mom, and in the signature you will write your name, okay? Ask him or her to buy things you will need to make your recipe, okay? So you can pause the video and think about the recipe you want to make, okay? And think about the ingredients you need, okay? And then write it down, okay? I made this note. This is just a sample. You don't have to follow. You can write your own, okay? I addressed my dad. I wrote, dear dad. So I addressed my father, okay? I'm going to make chicken kabsa for dinner. Sorry, there should be a space here. Can you please pick up the following things when you go to the supermarket? So I asked him to pick up some ingredients when he goes to the supermarket. So I asked for some chicken, a package of kabsa spices, 2 onions and 4 tomatoes. I think we have everything else in our house. Wait, buy a few garlic since there aren't many left. Thanks a lot. See you tonight, Layla. At the end, I put my signature. Write something similar, okay? You have 2 samples in front of you. You have this sample and the sample on your book, okay? So what you should do, you should write something similar. A note, imagine the dish you want to make, and write a note addressing one of your family members to buy things from the supermarket, okay? Now for the writing corner here. Here we have, when you write a recipe, when you are writing in general, even when you are telling a story, we're not talking only about food. In general, we need these sequence words, okay? We need these sequence words, and we have been using it in the few classes before, okay? So we have first, next, then, after that, finally. These are sequence words to tell you which event happened before the other one, what you should do before, and what next, the next thing you will do, okay? So I will tell you the steps using the sequence words. I cannot start with finally you should do. La, it's a sequence word. It's have to be in chronological order, okay? It's have to be understandable, cohesive, okay? So let's read this one together. To boil an egg. This is steps telling you how to boil an egg, okay? First, boil the water in a pot. Next, put the egg into the water. Then, wait 3 to 5 minutes. After that, remove the egg from the water. Finally, serve the egg. So here I told you the steps, the things the steps you should follow to boil an egg, okay? Very good use of sequence words. It makes your writing more understandable. It gives it weight. It gives your writing weight, and it makes it more understandable and cohesive for the reader or the listener. Also, we use time words like when and until, okay? When and until, we use it when we are writing. Let's read the example here. Fry the onion in oil until it's golden brown. Until it's golden brown. I can tell you, turn on the oven until it reach 180 degrees centigrade, okay? So I tell you to do something until it's reached something. This is how we use it, okay? When the water boils, put the spaghetti in the pot, okay? When the oven reach 180, you can put the cake inside, okay? So these words to give more details, you use it in your writing to give more details, more instructions, more understandable instructions to the reader, okay? Now let's see here. Exercise B. Put the directions. You have ingredients and directions on your book, okay? Page 46. He wants you to put the directions part for the recipe in a correct order. It's not in a correct order. You have to arrange it in a correct order, okay? Number the steps from 1 until 8, okay? So this is the recipe. I think it's related to the note Maha did, okay? The ingredients: 2 tablespoons milk, half a cup flour, 2 eggs beaten, 1/4 cup Parmesan cheese grated, 1 cup breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, 4 thin slices of turkey, 4 tablespoons olive oil. These are the ingredients, the things Maha need to make her dish, okay? Here, under that, you have the directions. It's not in a correct order. You have to arrange it, okay? You have to arrange it, put it in the correct order, okay? You can use, look at the direction words here to help you, okay? To help you find which one before the other. It's here to make your writing more understandable. So you can use these sequence words to guess which one is before the other, okay? Pause the video, think about it, read the sentences, and then let's do it together, okay? These are the directions, okay? So we will start with here. Number 1, we said to start, mix the breadcrumbs with Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. To start, so this is the beginning, okay? Some directions, they begin with, before you start, you should preheat the oven. So these words, to start, before you start, it shows that this is the first step you should do, okay? Then we have number 2, it's here. Place the milk, flour, eggs, and seasoned breadcrumbs in 4 separate shallow bowls. Okay, this is the second step. What about number 3? Then we will start with first. First, dip turkey slices into the milk and then coat them with flour. This is number 3. Number 4, next, dip the turkey slices into the eggs. This is 4. 5, finally, coat the slices with the seasoned breadcrumbs. Okay, this is 5. Okay, number 6, when the slices are coated, place them on a plate and let them sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, this is number 6. 7, after that, heat the oil in a large frying pan. The last step here, 8, fry the turkey at medium heat on both sides until it is golden brown, okay? So the numbers are 4, 8, 3, 1, 5, and 7, 2, 6. At the end, we have a suggestion here. Serve the turkey schnitzel with salad and fries or mashed potatoes. This is a suggestion when you serve this kind of dish, okay? Now, here he wants you to do something similar. Write the ingredients and then write the directions. When you write the directions, please pay attention to the sequence words, okay? Sequence words are really important to use. Also, you have to pay attention to imperative verbs. So you have to use the imperative and sequence words, okay? يعني إيش يا miss? We will do one sample together, then you have to do your own as a homework, okay? So I prepared this picture. I have this picture. This is a recipe for banana bread, okay? We have the ingredients here. We have to write it down. And here the directions. We have to write these directions, but we have to use imperative and sequence words. Okay? Yalla, let's do it together. We have the ingredients from here. I just wrote it down, listed down. Okay? The ingredients for banana bread: 125 grams of butter, 1/2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup flour, 1/2 cup of yogurt, chocolate chips, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 3 ripe bananas. These are the recipes I took from the picture. Okay, the ingredients from the picture. طيب, how can I write the directions? Notice the words I highlighted in red. Okay, I wrote the directions, but on the picture, if you look back at the picture, you will find it's like points. صح? But here in our writing, we wrote it as one paragraph. We use the sequence words. Okay? Yalla. Before you start, let's read it. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade. First, mix the wet ingredients. Then, mix well the dry ingredients. After that, pour in a loaf tin. Finally, bake it in a hot oven for 40 minutes. We have the words on highlighted in red. These are the sequence words. They asked us also to use the imperatives. صح? Can you find the imperatives here? Okay? Preheat. This is an order. This is an imperative. It's an order to make your directions. Here, first, we have mix the wet. Mix. This is also an imperative. Pour. This is an imperative. Bake. This is an imperative. So I used both. I used the sequence words and imperatives to write my recipe, my directions. So you have to think about any recipe you like. You have to write something similar to this. Okay? So for your homework, you have to write a note, your favorite recipe. Think about your favorite recipe and how the things you need. So you have to write a note similar to the notes we saw in our lesson today. Also, you have to write your favorite recipe. You have to use imperatives and sequence words. Okay, this is for your homework. This is what we have covered today. Thank you for listening. And this is our lesson today. Inshallah, I will see you next class.